Hi Gemini, welcome to your mid-September to mid-October reading. We're switching it up a little bit just because I want to hit that mid-October Halloween sweet spot. You understand, I'm sure. Listen, we have really come back after taking quite a break. It feels like we've been on a break for years. And by break, I mean from sensuality, eroticism, from even being open to meeting someone. We've had no interest. And it's not that we were neglecting ourselves, but when our interest moves on to other things, we prioritize other things. If the vibe was helping others, generating income, balancing out your life, you're right on point. But now, especially as of the 8th, a new window opens up for you. And it has to do with fun. It has to do with romance. It has to do with taking a few risks because you believe in yourself enough again. It's a time to celebrate your high self-esteem. It's good. You're rediscovering yourself. Enough with the charity work, enough with the working yourself to the bone, enough with proving yourself. You're good. Now you just want to have some fun. And nobody can blame you for it. Even though you may hesitate here and there because you've gotten so used to not having fun. The Moon, the 5 of Swords, and that Scorpio card. You've gotten so used to that which you love taking from you. You've gotten so used to the fact that the last time you decided to take a risk and open up and tell people your secrets, you were betrayed. Of course, that has to come up so it can get out. Of course, it will make you a bit excitable when it comes to talking about couples and romance. You have a few things you have to get off your chest. But that's okay. We have a Mercury retrograde coming up that is designed for exactly this work. It's time to clean up your emotional life because you feel this rebirth coming in. You want to be social again. You want to meet people. When you want to meet people, you meet people. That's why I always say, Geminis are only single by choice. If you had the intention of meeting someone tomorrow, you would meet someone tomorrow. So you're finally in that space, but you look around and you're so ready to go shopping, but your house is full of things you don't need. So the necessary first step then becomes cleaning it up. Now, what exactly are you cleaning up? Well, there are some secrets. There are some conflicts that you have had a large part in, and both of those things will come out. So if you have prepared answers or an explanation, get it ready. Most of the things that you've kept secret have gnawed at you. And even though it may seem scary, you want to welcome this disclosure because it frees you up. Not to necessarily be who you really are or who you truly are. It frees you up to be whoever you want to be, actually. Sometimes it's what we conceal that identifies us so much more than what we show. Now, speaking of freedom, the only people you seem to want around right now are people who want to give you limitless amounts of love with no judgment and no possessiveness. You're just not here for the jealousy. You're not here for the ownership. You're not here for any of the nonsense. So I can tell you now that if you're dealing with a Scorpio or a Taurus, you're in for a pretty rocky time, because that's exactly how they're feeling. You're feeling more like either I'm going to be happy and I'll work to be happy if I have to, or I'm leaving, or you're leaving, because this cannot continue. Those of you who are clearing someone out of your life so someone new can come in. Those of you who don't have anyone in your life right now, this applies to you. If you want to stay in that 10 of Swords moment for the rest of your life because that one time you got hurt, or that 10th time you got hurt, whatever, that's up to you. By the time we get to late September, the choice is staring you in the face. You realize that only you can keep yourself stagnant. Only you have the power to move forward. And whichever way you choose to move forward will be the right way. Know and trust yourself that by the end of the month, the seeds you plant will be the right ones, and that you will start down a long and prosperous road, inshallah. The only time you should be worrying is if you aren't planting any seeds at the end of September. Then your priorities have been off and you haven't been thinking this through enough, and you may not catch this energy. So the reason we want to start cleaning up our emotional life is because we don't want to do it right when Mercury retrograde hits, because it makes everything confusing. Sure, it will give you the ability to pull from that past, and you need that. But you want to have started this process already, so you take your ego out of it. You get your pain and your hurt out of it. Write it out, talk it out, but somehow get it out, throw it away. So you can make this room to keep cleaning up. And then by the end of September, you have a really good idea of what you want to focus on next. You've had a few epiphanies already in the first few days of September where it has occurred to you that you want to work smarter, not harder. You've come up with some bold but completely doable ideas. And I think your self-esteem is at a point right now that you have, all the necessary resources, and you have the belief in yourself to forge ahead. Don't let romance throw you off, and don't let stress from romance cause you to spend money. Now is the time to save money, not spend it. There are a few unexpected expenses that may pop up right at the end of September going into October. Until the 14th, you have all the work ideas. You need to spend time with your family. So even if there's all these other fun things you should be doing, spending time with your family, especially until the 14th, is really important. You need to get back to who you are. And sometimes that means hanging out with a group of people. Sometimes it means hanging out with your family. Sometimes it means being very quiet and reading your favorite book, or, cleaning out your closets. Whatever you do that gets you back to knowing who you are and thinking about who you are, that's what you need to be doing right now until the 14th. And then after that, you shine, and you shine really bright, and you're going to shine bright to the point, God willing, that people have a real problem with it, because what you see is you shining as you always do. But what they're seeing is all the offers coming in because your shine is so much brighter than it usually is. You just can't tell because you're always around it. And sure, people have told you throughout your life, oh, you're just thinking that. No, that person's not really jealous of you. Or, oh, no, you're just making that up. That's not truly what's happening. No, it is. It is happening. And especially in September, going into October, first 2 weeks of October, it is happening. You are shining super bright, and everyone wants your ear because they want to gossip with you, because they want to pull you into their grime. They hate that you're shining as bright as you are, and they'll do anything they can, even unconsciously. They don't even know they're doing it, but they'll do everything they can to try to pull you down to where they are. no matter what they say to you, no matter what they do, you have to maintain a certain level of self-respect and decorum. If you are able to do that, you will save yourself a lot of communication issues where people will misread your reactions. You could have the most justifiable reason for a reaction, and you will still get blamed, and it will still be turned into something that vilifies you. So no matter what is being said, you are going to shine brightly and pay them no mind. No mind. You are going to extricate yourself from any situation where you are being triggered. Just know that they're constantly baiting you. And this is something that I say to my son all the time. When someone is baiting you, you do not give them what they want, because that means you're playing into whatever longer plan they have for you. That baiting is just the first step. Do not let anybody bait you. You're bigger than that. You're better than that. Don't give them a reason to dull your shine, because that's all they're trying to do. That's all all you gotta do is shine, baby. Clean and shine. Love you. Hi, Gemini. Welcome to the second part of your reading. So, that Six of Pentacles. It's been your identity for a while now. That's okay. You've gotten a lot out of it. You have done a lot of good. And you have, in a very real way, sublimated most of your needs. But you had this trade-off in your head that this is what was necessary to get done what you wanted. And that sense of accomplishment does make up for many of the needs that haven't been met. But a funny thing started at the new moon a couple of days ago. You're beginning to remember all those things that you haven't received. You're beginning to remember all of those needs that you sublimated. And it may feel as if they're all hitting you at once. So you go from feeling accomplished, happy, noble even, to feeling like so much has been taken away from you. Gemini are moody in Virgo season to begin with. But this is more than moodiness. This can turn into a sense of melancholy. So you can't let yourself dwell in what you didn't get, or what you didn't pursue, or however many lost opportunities there are out there. Don't get bogged down in that. Instead, go straight from the realization that you didn't get what you needed to, well, then how am I going to acquire it now? That Death card there is the cleaning out card. It speaks like the Tower. Things have to change. Oftentimes when we don't give ourselves the permission to receive what we need, we'll hold on to some very old example of a time where we did feel that we were worthy of receiving what we needed. And those moments and those people can take on a magical quality. But what you have to remember is that those moments weren't magical because of them. They were magical because you gave yourself permission. And when you give yourself permission, magic seems to just happen. September and October give you permission in a huge way. The doors that you had slammed so tightly open back up. The rigidity that has grown into your character seems to just slip away. There are so many things that up until a couple of weeks ago seemed so very important, worth fighting over, worth losing people over. But in a couple of weeks from now, you'll see how all of that was just a reflection of your internal rigidity, that which had developed in you as you starved yourself. The parts of you that had begun to atrophy, if you will, from lack of nourishment, lack of attention, neglect. Those parts of you demand to have some new seeds and a new direction, with a resulting new you. This is not a new you that you found somewhere out there on your quest of taking on different faces. This is a new you that has come to you. And it seems like a present, a gift for all the times where you did deny yourself and did the larger work that needed to be done. There is so much to be healed and so much to be won, and you're on the right road doing it the right way. But it's very important that you stay on the right road doing it the right way, because if you don't, then every other card becomes a pitfall. You can fall prey to your paranoia, 5 of Swords, to your ego, 5 of Wands, to your melancholy, 10 of Swords, to your tendency to overwork, 10 of Wands, to your age-old and most reviled characteristic, your ability to run, 3 of Wands. But this is only if you let your ego play the game. If for the next 30 days, it's you and your conscious mind that's in control, you'll be perfect. You'll be all right. You'll learn, you'll discard, you'll meet new people. You may fall in love, inshallah, it's very possible. And you deal with the past in a very productive way. Sure, it's Mercury retrograde. Yeah, the pain is going to come up. But look what you do with it. 10 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Yeah. A new you. A better you. A smarter you. More youthful you. More optimistic. See, that's part of it. All those times when you didn't give yourself what you needed, there's a little bit of your hope and optimism that would die with it. But it all comes back to you all at once now. As soon as you start to bring conscious attention to what you need, even the things that have really scared you, like romance, you feel yourself blooming. You feel the pain and the wounds replaced with abundance and direction. You feel new again. And not an ego in sight. Love you. All the links are below for personal readings, for the extended, the Patreon where everything is early. Love you, love you, love you.